Hello folks. This month we are going to talk about how to annotate a picture that you captured of your screen using the MS Paint utility. In the last couple of Tech Talks, we have covered how to use the snip tool to capture screenshots. We then covered the limited annotation features available in Snip. The picture of your screen can be anything being displayed. It can be a document, a picture, a spreadsheet. It can be anything on the screen. I'm going to use a similar picture as I used last month. Okay, to recall the snip tool, I'm going to get my picture of the birds up here, and I'm going to go to Start, left click on Snip Tool, and there's the picture that I'm going to use in the Snip tool. Now, I'm not going to use Snip to do the annotation, so I'm just going to save a picture of, I'm going to save a file of this, and I'm going to say Save As, and I'm going to put it on my desktop, which you see here, and the name of the picture is going to be Bird Annotation Paint. Bird Annotations Paint. So I'm going to save that to my desktop. Okay, it's already there because I've been practicing. Okay, so now we're going to bring up the Paint tool. And the way that we do that is we go to Start, we left click on Start, and we can either search down here for the Paint tool, or if we see it in our program list, we can access it from there. And here we see Paint, and we're going to grab it from here. So I'm going to press that. And here's the Paint tool. And I'll go full screen with this by pressing the Maximize. And what I have with the Paint tool is pretty much a standard interface that Microsoft provides for a number of its tools. And this interface consists of the Paint button here, which has a bunch of options. And then it also has what's called the ribbon, which the ribbon groups together like commands in various categories. And you see the categories here. Clipboard, and we have paste, cut, copy. That was in the clipboard. These vertical lines separate the groups. See some image tools, shapes, and then colors. Okay, so now I'm going to now open the file that I just saved of the birds. So we're going to find this. It's on my desktop. Navigate to desktop, and it's called, I have to make sure that I'm looking for all picture files, and here it is, Bird Annotations Paint. So here is the bird picture that I just snipped. Now, remember last time in Snip, I struggled doing freehand drawing of the word bird around this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take advantage of using these shapes. So I have a palette up here of various shapes, and I'm going to set my color for the shapes to be blue. Okay, there's a beautiful blue. This color here, color 2, is a background color. And now out of these various shapes, I'm going to select the circle, or an oval. So I'm going to take that oval, and I'm now going to put that over these blue birds. Okay, now I can draw this oval right over the blue birds. So there it is. That looks pretty good, and I like the color blue. So now I'm going to click off of that, and once I click off of this, the circle now becomes part of the image. Okay? So I'm going to click off of that, and now what I'd like to do is I want to draw more attention to this, and I'm going to take this up arrow, and I'm going to put that right about here. And I'm going to move that arrow over there when I get the cross hairs. That allows me to move it. And I'm going to shorten the arrow a little bit by going down to here, and I'm going to shorten it. Now you'll notice that this arrow is transparent. You do have the option of making your shapes transparent or opaque, and I'm going to leave that as an exercise for you to find out. Now, last time I struggled trying to write down here bluebird, and you can see I'm really struggling again. So I'm not going to go through that with paint. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to undo that, is I'm going to use the text tool, which is denoted by this A up here. Now, when I left-click on this tool, I can then draw a box. Look at this box here. Now, you'll notice my tool just changed to a text tool. And now I can select whatever font I'd like. Let's say I want to select, well, Calibra's all right. And I'm going to click in that box. And I'm going to type in, okay, Eastern Bluebird. And maybe I'd like to make that a little bit bigger. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to change the point size. I'll change it to 18 point. Okay. And there it is. So I've now annotated the picture using some professional looking shapes with arrows, and I've been able to clearly write my own text to annotate these pictures. Now I'm going to save this image, so I'm going to go to they call this part of the screen the paint command, and as you can see here it's displaying paint. And I'm going to say Save As. And we're going to save it as Bird Annotations under Desktop. That's originally where it was. And there we are. Okay, we want to replace it. Yes. Okay. Now I'm ready to send this professional looking picture. So I'm going to go into Outlook, which is the email that I'm doing, and I'm going to compose a new email message. I'm going to say New. And I'm going to send it to myself on another email address I have. And we're going to call this Bird Annotations using Paint. Okay. And I'm going to insert here, and I'm going to insert the picture in line. I'm going to take that option. Computer's kind of slow today. It probably didn't sleep well last night. Okay, we'll go to Desktop. That was a joke, by the way, in case. Okay, Bird Annotations Paint. And there we are. And there you see the picture professionally annotated now, or at least more professionally annotated than when we use Snip. We see here the shapes that I used out of the MS Paint library, and I was able to use text. Now, there is a lot more capability in MS Paint. We've just introduced a few of the key concepts that you'll need for annotating your own pictures. There are, however, some limitations with Paint. I'm not going to tell you all the limitations with Paint because that's going to be a good exercise for you to learn, but probably the largest is the lack of support for layering. And we will explore the concept of layering in future Tech Talks. For now, spend some time learning Paint to explore all the capabilities of it. Practice, 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 and we'll see you next month.